Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, guys. Welcome to our lesson today. We will study lesson 11, form, meaning, and function, page 64 and 65. The independent clauses with an, but, or, so, and yet. All these words. Okay, when we use them. First, an independent clause expresses a complete thought and can stand alone as a sentence. What does this mean? This means that this is an independent clause. Independent clause means the subject, a meteorite crashed, this is the verb, and the rest of the sentence. Only one sentence here, okay? Subject and the verb. This is called independent clause and it has its own meaning. A meteorite crashed through their two-story house. This is the end of the independent clause. Two or more independent clauses can be combined with coordinating conjunction words such as and, but, or, so, and yet. If we have an independent clauses, okay, if we have two sentences, in this case we combine them with one of these words. Okay, when a sentence includes two independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction, use a comma before the coordinating conjunctions. How? Look at this example. Here is an independent clause, it's a sentence here, and another independent clause here. We have two sentences, okay? We combine them or we joined them by the word yet. We used yet. Yet means till now or but, okay? Neighbors said they hear a terrific noise, yet till now no one reported it to the police. No one told the police. Yet, in these two sentences, if they are separated sentences, if they are independent clauses, we put comma here before the coordinating conjunctions. Okay? We put comma here. Another example, Mr. and Mrs. Fawcett's house was destroyed. They removed. We joined these two sentences by the coordinating conjunction so, and we put comma here before so. Why comma? Because this independent and this independent. Independent means it has its own subject and verb, and this also has subject and verb. هنا في فاعل وفعل وهنا في فاعل وفعل، يعني دي جملة مستقلة ودي جملة مستقلة. So we use so to join them and comma before the second sentence. The past with dependent time clause. We can talk about a past event using a time clause with when, as soon as, before, after, while, until, and since. All these words come with the sentence. This sentence is called time clause. Again, the sentence after these words, when, as soon as, before, after, while, until, since, this sentence is called time clause. This time clause, okay, when the time clause comes before the main clause, when we start with time clause, use a comma between the two clauses. This time clause and this time clause. This time clause and this another clause, another sentence. We have two sentences here. If we start with time clause, the sentence with the word when, we put comma. If we start with this clause and we put the time clause at the end, we delete comma. Expressing enthusiasm with intensifiers and adjectives. We have two kinds of adjectives, gradable adjectives and non-gradable adjectives. Gradable adjectives come with very, really, quiet, and non-gradable adjectives come with absolutely, really, and quiet. Here is the word really and quiet are common words with gradable adjective and non-gradable adjectives, but with different meaning. How? We can use really with both kinds of adjective. It means a lot, really means a lot, but when we use quiet before a gradable adjective, when we use quiet here, it means a little. Is it clear? So quiet here means a lot. Quiet here means a little. When we use quiet before a non-gradable adjective, it means completely. Here means completely or a lot. Okay? Quiet terrifying means it's completely terrifying. Very, very terrifying. But here, quiet scary means it's scary but little. Okay? So these are called intensifiers. Intensifiers used before the adjectives to emphasize the adjective. Okay? Exercise A. Complete the witness report with the correct form of the verb in the past. Compare with a partner. Witness report. While I was walking, walk becomes was walking. This is the past progressive. Was aware plus verb plus ing. While I was walking to work, I hear a lot of people shouting. Here becomes, yes, Abdurrahman?
Here, teacher.
Heard, yes. Very good, Abdurrahman. Thank you. Heard. And next one, Anas. Yes, Anas. Go on. A lot of people.
A lot of people shooting, and then I heard a very loud crash. Before I heard the crash, I had seen.
I had seen. Yes,
Yes.
before. Followed by past simple and then past perfect. Had seen. Very good, Anas. Thank you. Okay, Muhammad. Go on.
Had seen light above me, and I had heard.
Had heard. The same. See becomes had seen. And the same tense. Here becomes had here. Very good, Muhammad. Thank you. Yes, Ayman. Go on, Ayman.
Okay. A humming sound when I arrived at the park.
When I arrive. Very good, Ayman. Thank you, Ayman. Okay, Ahmad.
Uh, a really large crowd had already gathered around something which
Very good. Had already gathered around something which fell becomes had fallen out of the sky. People. Okay, Abdurrahman.
People were
Yes. Were quiet, terrified because they never seen, because they had never seen. Yes. Anything like that before. Some people called the police and some other people ran away. Before I saw that the object was man-made, I had thought the object was a UFO. When I saw that the project was made from metal, I realized that it was probably part of a weather balloon or a satellite. Conditional sentences with present and future forms. Use conditional sentences with if to talk about real causes and results. In these cases, you can also use when in place of if. So we can use when or if, okay, the same. When is equal if. In present facts, if we talk about present facts, use the simple present tense in both clauses. Example: when a meteoroid enters the Earth's atmosphere, chemical interactions and gases causes it to heat up and form a fireball. Here we use the present simple with S because this singular, okay? And the second clause, okay, the second clause also with present. Here without S because this is plural. With singular, he, she, it, we put S, okay? With plurals, you, we, they, and any noun plurals or plural nouns, we put the verb without S. Here enters, here cause. This is present facts. In the future facts, use the simple present in the if clause and the future with will in the result clause. Example: here, if you don't leave now, this present simple, but in negative. If you don't leave now, you will be late. This is the future, will be. Okay? So in present facts, we use present in both clauses, and in the future facts, we use present and future. Present with the if clause, this sentence, and future with the result clause, the second sentence. May and might. Use may and might, may or might, not and. Use may or might in the result clause to suggest something is possible but not certain. So we can replace will here by may or might, okay? If something is possible. If you see a meteorite falling through the sky, it may be a stony meteorite, or it might be an iron meteorite. The third type of meteorite is a stony iron meteorite, but these are very rare. So here we use C is present, and in the second clause we use may. May because something is possible. May, and here we used might. Is it clear? Okay, express necessity and lack of necessity. If we talk about something in necessity or necessary, we use need to or have to. If we talk about lack of necessity, we say don't need to or needn't. Example: what should I do if I see something strange in the sky? You need to video or photograph the object if you have a camera phone. Or you have to call an expert to get their opinion. You don't need to or you needn't. Need come with to. Needn't come without to. Okay, take care to this. Need to, needn't worry. We say you don't need to worry, or we say you needn't worry. Strange things fall out of the sky on regular basis all around the world. Okay? Exercise C. Complete the sentences. Use the simple present tense with and will, may, or might in the second clause. When you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. Okay, Abdurrahman?
When you heat,
Yes, heat.
heat water to 100
Degrees Celsius.
degrees Celsius, it boils.
Boils, yes. The first one heat, the second one boils with S. S because it is a singular noun, a singular pronoun. Number 2, yes, Yusuf?
if they climb up to 4,000 meters, they will need oxygen.
Yeah, very good, thank you. If they climb, they will need. Number 3 is Anas.
If you see a falling star, it might be a meteorite.
Yeah, it might be or it may be. Very good, Anas. Thank you. Number 4. Yes, Muhammad.
If we get the HD television, we will see the game better.
Very good, Muhammad. We will see or we may see also. Okay, thank you, Muhammad. And last one, number 5. Yes, Ayman.
Okay. When you mix flour and water, you will end up with butter.
Butter, yes. When you mix, you will end up or you end up because this present fact. We can consider it a present fact. Okay, thank you, Ayman. Exercise D. Read a college professor's notes on what to do if you find a meteorite. Write his advice in 4 sentences using models to express necessity or lack of necessity. Example here. What should you do if you find a meteorite? Photograph the rock. We say, if you think you have found a meteorite, you must photograph it. Must means have to. Describe the exact location. We say, if you think you have found a meteorite, you must describe the exact location. Okay, Anas?
If you think you have found a meteorite, measure the rock if possible.
You must measure or you have to measure. Yes. Thank you, Anas. You must measure the rock if possible. Next one. Report the find to the Meteorological Institute. Okay, Muhammad?
If you think you have found a meteorite, you must
Yes.
report the find to the Meteorological Institute.
Yeah, institute. Yeah. Thank you, Muhammad.
Institute.
Thank you, Muhammad. If you think you have found a meteorite, you must report or you have to report the find to the Meteorological Institute. Last one. If you think you have found a meteorite, you don't need to panic. Don't need to. This is lack of necessity. You don't need to panic or you needn't panic. It's very common for rocks to fall from outer space onto Earth. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and see you next lesson. Inshallah. Goodbye.